Welcome back, everyone. Here we are. We got a match versus Second or Jesus or Redcoat, as I wanted to call this British lunkhead. So here we go. I lead off with Infernip, and he leads off with... What the hell is that? That's what he leads off with. So I wasn't sure if it wanted to try and trick. That was like the first thing that came to my mind, which surprisingly, I know. Can you believe it? And so I was just like, man, what am I going to do? And I asked a buddy, and he laughed at me. And I'm not quite sure why, so I'm like, crap, I have no idea. I don't want to go to a wall, but I know I can't hurt it, because it's poison, and I'm just going to U-turn the hell out of there, see what the hell it wants to do. Fortunately for me, a Gyarados comes in, so I'm really glad I'm getting the hell out of there, and things have just worked out well. And this allows me to go over to a Starmie, which can obviously scare Gyara away. And at this point, I'm figuring, if I go for Ice Beam or Surf, chances are he's going to be switching, and he's going to switch to something that can take those, or, you know, a special sponge or whatever, and it's not really going to hurt anyway. And likewise, T-Bolt wouldn't hurt that anyway, so I figure whatever I go for, it's not going to hurt him. He's going to make the best switch he can. So I'm just going to go for T-Bolt just in case he doesn't switch, and who the hell knows, maybe it'll work out. Maybe he'll try and Dragon Dance and then try and KO me with a Bounce or something, the hell if I know. Or maybe he's got like Electric Berry. Walkin', I think it is, the Resist Berry, I don't know, but whatever. And he brings in this guy. I'm like, well, that sucks. It's a ground type, no big deal. I guess if I went for Ice Beam and then Surf, I could have potentially did some damage to it, but I'm not too concerned. I got a couple physical walls here, and I don't think he's going to be too much of a problem, even though I know he's definitely swept people with that guy before. So I'm going to go right out to Skarmory, and dodge an Earthquake, which is cool. Accidental, not unintentional, but cool nonetheless. And I'm going to try and get one layer of spikes up. I don't have Stealth Rock, but I'm going to try and get spikes for something, and I flinch. I'm like, well, that sucks. At least I got to see how much I took. I took about 50 points, so just for frame of reference for later. He Waterfalls me again, which surprised me a little bit. I'm surprised he didn't switch there. He already got the one flinch. He's not going to accomplish anything at that point. And so now I'm worried, like, if he's staying in, maybe he's going to go for another one? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So he's probably just going to switch, but if he was going to switch, why wouldn't he have switched last turn? So I'm slightly confused, but my brain is telling me that Whirlwinding is still the correct play, because he's still supposed to switch, even though he didn't. And now he does. I'm like, alright, cool. My brain still works. That's always good to figure out. And I get Intimidated, which I forget about. I, like, completely blew it over whatsoever. And in comes a Marowak. And I'm not really thinking on what it can do. I just know it's not exactly the most bulky thing in the world. So I'm like, hey, let's go for a Drill Peck. Maybe I can get it down to about 50%. Nope. Whoops. Just kidding on that part. He happened to go for a Focus Punch, which, in hindsight, looking back at it, Spikes was the better play, Roost was a better play, Whirlwind was a better play, and I went for Drill Peck. So he's probably like, what the hell was that? How did he know? But maybe it was more obvious to you guys. I don't know. I certainly didn't see a Focus Punch coming. It was just complete accident that I happened to go for a Drill Peck, which made no sense to go for it in hindsight. But it made sense to me at the time, so that's what I did, because I forgot about Intimidate. So hey. Anyway, I had no choice but to blow him out eventually at that point as well. And it ended up working out completely perfectly for me in both ways. And now this thing comes back in, which is sweet. So it's just, at that point, it's real tough. Do I want to go for another Whirlwind or another Spikes? And usually when you're going through a cycle of just Whirlwinding things away, people, if they're not threatened to die, they're at least going to try one attack before switching, just because constantly switching is not productive whatsoever. So I tried to get up a second layer, and it didn't quite work. He ended up switching, and that's cool. I love how Licky Licky has like an inverted Wi-Fi signal thing on his stomach, like, nice tap, bro. So I switch over to the Blissey replacement of this team, because there's no Bliss. And obviously, Fire Blast gets taken very well. I don't want it to explode, but I don't think he's going to explode just yet. So hopefully I can get up a couple of curses, as that's exactly what I do. Oh, just kidding. Just kidding. I switched to Crest, because if he did explode, then I would care less if he exploded on Crest. So that's where I'm sitting at right now. Obvious Psycho Shift is obvious, but I haven't seen a Fire type yet, at least. So, excuse me. So I haven't seen a Fire type, and unless, like last video where I freaking burned a Heracross, I don't think that's going to happen again, so I'm going to go for it. And so I score the burn on a special attacker, but that's fine. He's also a baton passer, so I know that it puts a clock on at the very least. And that gives me two options. I can go to Snorlax or Starmie. I'm kind of afraid of a Thunder attack, though. I think he often carries Thunderbolt, sometimes Charge Beam. So I'm going to end up going to Snorlax instead, I think. Yes, I go to Snorlax instead because I figure that way I can at least curse up if he's going to start boosting up. And I can still threaten. What? Huh? So he throws a Dynamic Punch in my face, which obviously I was not expecting. And at this point, I wasn't sure if I should just be jaw-dropped or if I should be laughing. And now, this is a losing proposition. If I switch, Doughboy's going to be dead when he comes back, and I really want him to fight against Gyarados because of Thunder Punch. But if I switch, he's going to be dead. He's already got his one curse up, so I figure, you know, I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to try and stay in, see what happens. Maybe I can make something happen, maybe not. He happened to miss, and then I hit myself, and then he happened to miss again. So it's like, wow. Definitely got a little bit lucky on that regard. And then I completely forgot I had Chesto Berry. I thought I was going to have to sit for a couple of turns. I'm like, sweet. Now I can get up another curse. Unfortunately, he hits this time, which makes sense. I mean, that makes him 2 for 4, and he hit the most important one, the first one. But that time I break confusion, or not break confusion, or I'm not confused. Yeah, obviously I was confused at that point. Whatever. I get him paralyzed, which I'm like, sweet. So when it was a losing proposition, I stayed in. And now that it's a winning proposition, I'm going to get the hell out of there. Because that makes all the sense in the world, right? So he's at least at a healthy enough amount of hit points where I know I can save him for later. Considering what I've seen on his team, he's got Gyarados, he's got this thing, he's got Whiscash. I forget if Marowak is still alive or not. I believe it is. But regardless, I know that Starmie is a huge thorn in his side right now. So going to it, I felt safe with his 50% chance to miss and the 25% chance to be paralyzed. So I was like, I feel reliable that I can come in here and kill this thing. So Licky comes in. I know the chance that it wants to explode at this point is a little bit higher. So I believe I go over to Cress because I care about Cress the least. My prototype Psycho Shifter. And she takes the Power Whip, which is totally cool, because obviously Starmie would not have taken that, so that's fine. He switches out. I was expecting Explosion. At the very least, if he didn't explode, I knew that thing was going to come back in, so going for Psycho Shift was stupid. So I went up with Rest for both reasons, that I could get to full if I survived, which I wouldn't, and allow me to shift something else away. So now I can switch back, go over to this guy again, and hopefully get up some curses and be able to counteract whatever the hell he wants to bring in. So that's just the plan. He goes for Charge Beam, and it doesn't work, which is cool. I take like nothing. He's subbed up. He's got burn, so his HP is real low. And I know that if he wants to Baton Pass, he's only got a couple of turns left of survival. And right now, because I'm just cursing and I end up choosing Rest, of course, he might think I only have Body Slam and maybe Earthquake. So I feel like that was forcing him to stay in more, which I wanted to do on purpose so that I could get the sleep and burn the 2 turns of sleep off before whatever the hell it was came in, since I haven't revealed Thunder Punch yet. So unfortunately he gets a crit, which totally ruins all of my math and all of my plan. But at least I guess he didn't switch. He just kind of bit the bullet and let it die, which I guess that's fine. In comes Marowak. I'm still sleeping. If I had more hit points, I'd be okay with that, because I think I'm going to wake up this turn, I believe. But I can't afford to just take the hit now. So I switch out, and I avoid that, which is awesome. I figured it was either Bone Meringue or Focus Punch. I wasn't sure which. So I switched out to this thing, so that now, since his Drifblim is dead, I can either burn or sleep it. Of course I miss, and then he puts up a sub, and I'm like, crap. And then obviously I totally forgot about Focus Punch, but at the same time, like, there was nothing I could do about it. Like, something had to eat a Focus Punch. So it went over to Skarm, and that's really all there was to it. And Drill Peck's not going to be a winning proposition right here. Roost is going to just get me killed, so I have to eat it again and Whirlwind it away. I'll survive, but just barely. But at least it'll kill Marowak, so it kind of makes it the same productivity as Drill Peck, assuming Drill Peck would have actually worked. Because when he switches in, he's dead. So I still killed him with Whirlwind, for whatever that's worth. I know his Waterfall was doing about 50 points to me from before. That's that's too close for comfort for me. At the moment, I still have a 6 or all 6 of my pokes going, so I feel like, I'll just try and keep it. Why the hell not? That makes it fun. So I switch out. Hopefully I can put that thing to sleep if he wanted to dance up. Not gonna work. Excuse me. Of course I get Psycho Shift to go off now when there's no target. Like, thanks, game. But whatever. So Licky comes in, and I can't avoid it anymore. I've tried to dodge around it as best I could so far, but I just... I was predicting it before, but this time I just knew. Cress was going to die, and there was nothing I could do. I could try and rest, but it just wasn't going to happen. I was toast. So, at least now, he's only got 2 pokes left. I lose my 6, though, but that's really all there's going to be to it. I don't lose the match. I don't think I've gone to Infernape yet since I U-turned, and I still have a poke that you guys haven't even seen. So, I knew I was just going to go for T-Bolt because I'm not really afraid of whatever the hell these things are going to do to me. So, he's got Earthquake and he's got Waterfall. So I know that I can go to something you all are very familiar with that can take him on fairly well. So, just figured I'd get the final kill with Yggdrasil because it's fun and he's awesome like that. So, it's going to take a few turns because he's going to flinch hacks me. But all I need to do is hit him once. And I'm going to resist his attacks. And I'm going to recover some HP. And I just need to freaking hit him once. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. And I will catch you all sometime later. I don't know when. We'll make it happen, though. There will be more videos. So take it easy, guys. Peace.